Hi everyone, welcome to Girl in the Green Wellies. Today we're going to get the last of our potatoes. So we've been growing second early potatoes this year at the allotment, and the space that we had, we've been lucky enough to be able to plant 3 rows. Now we've been harvesting them as we've needed them, so as you can see I've got a lot of bare open ground left with one pretty much intact row to dig up. And because it's getting later on in the season, the potatoes in the ground aren't going to get that much bigger. So what I want to avoid is the slugs eating the potatoes before we do. So what I'm going to do now is, rather than harvest them as we need them, I'm going to take the full row up, and then we're going to store the potatoes for use later on. Now for little potatoes I need little hands, so I've got my special potato digger upper helper to come and help. Now what we're going to do is dig the row up, we're going to get the hands in, we're going to look for all the little potatoes, and we're going to leave them on the top to dry. So let's get busy. So when you're going to dig up potatoes, we want to try and avoid skewering them on the fork before we get them out the ground. So to do that, what we're going to do is come in at an angle, kind of about a 45-degree angle underneath what we hope the potatoes are going to be. So it's great to have an extra pair of hands because it can be tricky to do with one, so a 2-person job it is. So let's get in, come and stand down here. All right, now I'm going to put the fork in, okay, and then I'm going to start lifting. So can you see where all those are? Yeah, get your hands right round them, and in 2, 3 we're going to heave. Ready? 1, 2, 3, heave. Oh, look at those. Can you lift that nice and high? Oh, give it a shake.
Oh, look, biggies.
Look at those.
Biggies.
Perfect. Right, if I hold this, do you want to try and pick off the potatoes from there? Pick them off? Yeah, pick that bad boy off.
Get up there.
That's all right, yeah. Pull it off and pop it just on the ground for now.
Oh.
That's all right. And that one. Pull.
Hello, mister.
And then get those 2 as well. 1 for each hand. Quick, 1, 2, push. Plop out the way. So let's get these potatoes on the tray. Yep, come on then, let's get them on.
Little man.
Oh, nice and gently. Yep.
Bumpy potato.
Come on, you come round the front, see if you can get them. That's it. And if you stand round that side.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then come and kneel down. And can you get that one out the ground?
It's kind of stuck.
Is he stuck? Get your hands in there. Get them in there.
Oh.
That's all right.
Worm.
It's just a worm. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a little bit more, and then if you see any potatoes, all right, get in there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Eee.
Potatoes.
Potato.
That's it. Get them in, get them on. Another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down.
Any more?
Nope.
Hang
I
on.
don't seem to see any. Ooh.
Any more?
Ooh, lots.
Go on then, get your fingers in.
Ooh.
Perfect. Look at them.
Lots of potatoes.
Lots. And just think that's all from one plant as well. Look. What's that there as well?
Another potato.
Another potato. Whoa, look at that. Pick that one up. Show everybody that big one. Is that the biggest one of the bunch so far?
Yes, it's huge.
It is huge. Right, let's have a look.
Long.
Do you think that's it, or is there any more?
I think there might be a couple more.
Couple more?
Maybe 2.
Let's have a look.
A couple is 2.
I think
Oh, wormy. You shoved
that's
the
all
worm.
right. Worms are great for the ground.
And you just carried a worm off like that.
That's okay.
Him.
Right.
Stab him.
So, me and my little potato picker have managed to get about 25 potatoes from that one plant. So as you can see, it's a good crop. Now this would last us probably for a couple of days, but like I said, I want to get them out the ground before the slugs and snails get to them. So the variety that I'm growing is rat potato. It's an oval variety. It's creamy texture. It's best boiled, but we like to boil it and then fry it or roast them. They are really, really delicious with salt and pepper, a little bit of mint. But what we're going to do now is get the rest of the row up, and if that plant's anything to go by, I think we're in for a bumper haul. So you grab, I'll come in here, right, and then you come around here, put your foot on the fork, yeah. So we've managed to dig the full row up, and I have to say I'm thrilled with the harvest that we've got. We planted about 7 or 8 potato plants, and we've managed to get absolutely tons of lovely, quite decent sized potatoes from the crop. Now obviously we can't eat these all at once. Second earlies and early potatoes are probably best eaten as at their freshest. So what we're going to do is we're going to store them. Now ideally I would like to have harvested when it is nice and sunny, and that the potatoes can do a little bit of sunbathing just to get a bit of a drier skin on them. But because we work, we have to try and fit this in around our work schedule too. So even though it's evening time and the sun has disappeared for the day, it's still quite nice. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to put them into pots. So we also grew some potatoes in big pots this year, and we harvested those ones first with the purpose of being able to store any leftover potatoes until we needed them. Now the reason why we're not just leaving these in the ground and digging them up as we use them is obviously because slugs and snails will be around, and we don't want the pests to get the potatoes before we do. So by storing them in spent compost in the tubs, it's going to be like they're in the ground, but we've got a bit more control of what else is in there with them. So all we're going to do is just pop them in, and we're going to cover them with the compost. So in this pot we've got about half of it filled with compost, and we've also got what's left of our Anya potato crop just sitting on the top. I've removed the top layer of compost, and all we're going to do is we're just going to add the potatoes to it. Now if you wanted to, you could have a separate pot for each variety, but I like the excitement and variety of having different potatoes in my tea, so I'm just going to put them all in the one pot. And sometimes it's a bit like a lucky dip when you come to get your potatoes for your tea, and you never know what you're going to get. So all we do is we just put them on the top, get them a handful at a time, make sure we don't leave any behind, and then once we've got some in, we're just going to put some more compost on. There we go. And then we're just going to keep on adding the potatoes in. Now we want to make sure that we don't leave any potatoes exposed to the light, so I'll probably try and get maybe 2 or 3 layers of potatoes in here, and then a good layer of compost on the top. So there we go, we've managed to harvest the full row of potatoes. We've been able to make sure that the slugs haven't got them. We have them now packed and stored safely in the tub with all the compost on the top to make sure there's no light that gets to it. So anytime that we want fresh potatoes for our tea, all we need to do is put our hand in the pot and see what we pull out. Thanks very much for watching. If you like the videos, remember, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe on the link below, and we'll see you next time.